Comedy Central. Anyway, yeah, let's run that back. Hello, summoners. Welcome to another pulse pounding, lightning inducing, tower ascending episode of a Monster Rancher's Guide to Summoner's War. I am the Aztec Olmec. I am the voice commanding Aztec Olmec. But it wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't have the first 5-star storytelling Lightstar 777 with me. 3 sevens, not one.
All three.
All day.
All three.
All night.
What is up, fellow ranchers and summoners? So hope everybody had a great week. For those of you who saw this once before, thank you for continuing with our false start. And
false start, Aztec, 5 yards.
How are you doing, AJ? You having a good week?
Oh, I'm having a great week. Finally got Genshin rolling. Definitely got some No Man's Sky rolling. Oh, PC. I jumped. I mean, had to do it. Shout out to Micro Center.
You got to get that controller. I don't know how anybody could play that game.
Oh yeah, with a keyboard. I definitely paired up. My PS4 controllers. Now I have the best of both worlds. I started on mobile with Genshin and just found the controller set up way too hard. But guess what? Now you can, if you have an iPad or a phone, you can pair a controller now and play Genshin. So that was, I think, as of the 4th of February. But regardless, playing on PC, I was able to transfer all my progress from my phone to the PC, seamless. So I can do all the gacha stuff and managing, menus and materials on the phone, and then have a really good experience with playing on PC. I mean,
awesome.
6 gigs of free VRAM is making this look great. I'm great. Yeah.
What AR level are you these days?
I just hit 25. However, I was lucky enough trying to get. I have 2 cats, so of course I'm just gonna try to get all the kitty girls. But trying to get kicking the lightning. Anyway, but I pulled Jean, and I'm super happy because she
awesome.
is ridiculous, so ridiculous.
I am very jealous. That is a great pull, my friend.
But that's probably it, because I'm waiting for Ayaka. So I need those pities. So I'm not gonna summon anything. I'm just gonna stack primos until
it's 90 pity summons. So
it's good.
I looked back. The closest to not 90 I got was 80 once. So
okay.
That was my drought in between. So.
But it's all about Ayaka. Well, it's all about Summoner's War. We got new units. We got stuff to talk about.
We got new units. We're going to talk about a little bit of Bulwark action, what some of the new units are actually going to be doing. There was a tweet sent out from the Summoner's War account. Big shout out to all the cats over there.
Yes.
And it was all about your first 5-star story.
Yes.
And
I have a good one.
A great conversation this morning on Twitter with someone all about, my first 5-star story.
Excellent. You gotta tell it now.
we're going to, talk a little bit more about Genshin, some No Man's Sky, maybe a little bit of lead action, and about these events. And I demand. I think the people also demand to get some progress update on how poor Chopper is doing over there in AJ Land.
Chopper's great. Chopper is 6-starred, yeah, absolutely.
Is he max level?
He is 38, 37.
Oh my God in heaven!
He is
your SDF.
Sure is. Not anymore. He is 37. So he's almost maxed. 6-starred runes. I went full tank, full energy.
They're not even leveled up.
Not even.
Oh my God, folks. Oh my God.
Hey, you wanted an impromptu checkup on him? That's where he is. But I went all energy because he was just taking way too much damage.
Episode you got Kamatow in, it was probably like 20. It's like 60 episodes ago. Poor guy. I have 6-starred so many monsters since then.
Absolutely.
Poor Kamatau. He's like the Leo of your account.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Speaking of
honestly,
which,
yeah. Let's talk about your first 5-star experience.
what were you gonna say first? Though?
But yeah, I think that's all of the topics for today. We're doing, the new units, our first 5-star stories, hopefully some No Man's Sky, and if we can get to it, some WandaVision and our regular summon session. Yeah, that'll be
Oh, the summon session is happening. I gotta burn through it.
yes.
We're about halfway through our estimated routing that we're doing to check for 5-star per 125-ish scrolls to see if it's worth saving or just summoning whenever you feel like it. So let's see. But no, I don't want them to get a speed read. But yeah, so the 5-star story. So for those that don't know, my very first 5-star was Leo, the Wind Dragon Knight.
Right.
And if anybody RTAs, I'm sure you've seen him quite a lot. He tends to be in a lot of people's teams. You know, I should pay attention more to RTA because this guy's about to be. I'm going to cry. Anywho,
Don't cry.
So Leo fast became the consummate leader of my storage defense force. In fact, in all the time I have had Leo, I have never, I don't even think when I first got him,
Yeah.
I used him really that much. It was a thing that, and I mean, and I'm not denying he's great. I know he's a fantastic unit. He's got great utility. The fact that he gets built for no speed is a really cool mechanic.
Definitely, because he always goes first.
Because it's very different from how you build a lot of units. So, interesting connection here with this guy. Anyway, but in light of that, I have so many times I can't even tell you.
Right.
Thought about building Leo, and I never really do it, and I probably don't really have a fantastic reason why I don't do it. Just more so, I get that he makes it so nobody can outspeed your team, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's I wonder, well, what does that actually do for you? That just means that you're going to get the first attack, right? With Leo, who's not going to one-shot anybody. And then everybody else, their speed is not what... Oh my god, I won that. Everybody else, it's going to be... here, let me pull him out of the storage defense force just for a lark here so I can look at his skills. Here you go. Come on out. But where did you go, Leo? Where are you, my Leo? There you are. So, inflicting continuous damage if you land a critical hit, so you need to build him very critty.
Yes.
Damage increases as your HP drops. If it's below 30%, then enemy's defense is ignored. So sure, yeah, that'll be a fun one. And then his passive, attack speed of all enemies and allies is limited to your attack speed. It does not affect enemies with the same skill or boss monsters. Decreases the enemy attack bar by 15% with an attack. So, I mean, it's basically a very minor attack bar pushback.
Right.
A defense lead, which, I mean, that's pretty good if you're using a wind-heavy team, but I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe it's just I haven't built him, so I don't know his uses. But I mean, I see here, people use them in arena, in guild battles, and siege battles. So again, like he seems like he would be very useful, but you know, I guess it's just I don't see where he's better than somebody else, and it's probably
Okay.
like a galleon situation where it's just like I'm having blinders to you know
We've all had our
what I
galleon
should.
situations.
Man, I live in galleon situations, so.
So
But
that was your
that
first.
was my first 5 star. My second one was Sylvia, who I got from a Wish,
Yeah.
and I use her literally everywhere, which I guess is why I unfairly judge Leo's worth because I could put Sylvia into every single place in the game that I play and never think she's out of place. Like, she helps me in Toa, both sides. She helps me in dungeon farming. She helps me in like guild and siege and arena. Like pretty much everywhere I go,
Pretty much everywhere
I
you
can
go.
find a use for Sylvia.
Excellent.
How about you? Who was your
My
first
first
one?
5 star. Oh, I feel like we're in Game of Thrones and we're all sitting around. Remember that scene with Jaime Lannister and King Baratheon? They're trading their war stories. Well, anyway,
More stories.
who was your first kill? Anyway, my first was Velajuel, the Fire Archangel, and
How dare you?
I I was in a public place. I was at work. I was in the break room, and our break rooms are super small. And I start losing it. I start like, I see because I've obviously never seen 5 stars before, and I just look at all these units that I was probably never gonna get, but I pulled them at work, and I'm glad that I was in the room with fellow gamers because they understood me getting up and almost knocking another dude over, but he was another Pokemon Go specifically gamer, and he understood it. He was like, "What did you get?" He was more concerned
Look
about
at
what I
your
got
she
than the
how
fact that he
just
was on the floor. So
look at your she how single-handedly walking through this.
yeah, I mean,
I
sometimes he
wish I could
rocks.
get that unit.
But yes, Velajuel, Fire, Archangel. It's
So
still one of my
you
favorites.
went different. You actually use your one that you
Same
got.
deal. I use them in a lot of places. TOA, on fire teams. I use them in RTA. I use them a lot. I mean, for what?
Now,
Oh, yeah, I use them a lot. Almost 3.5 years that I've had them. Yeah, I definitely use them a lot. Also, my Summoner's anniversary is coming up. It's coming up
your
on these.
anniversary?
Yeah, it's I believe the 17th of March, but I gotta look at my I gotta see exactly when. But I'll just
Nice. Um, so while you're doing that, I know we talked about the wind
oh, March
sea
8th.
emperor
Yep. Yes.
March 8th.
Triton.
Nice.
Triton. Did you?
Now, I will say I haven't yet. I need one more 5 star one to just do it, but
Got you.
I will say that I thought I was going to do better against this team. Um, I will say that there was a video I saw from Jubagel, I believe,
Yeah.
that was about Segar, the I forget what M Bison's equivalent is,
Oh, the
the one
Slayers,
that
the
I
Wind
got,
Slayer. Yeah.
the Wind Slayer, and it was pretty much saying how he is just like a beast in RTA.
Yeah. Did you decide to build him?
Well, I don't know. See, I didn't want to disobey what we had talked about,
You can
you know.
disobey. It's fine. It's okay. I kind of want to see
But
the
but
Slayer because I'm not familiar
but
with.
so here we are.
Yeah.
So his skills: attacks the enemy, provokes for 1 turn, with a 50% chance. Which, when you build him up, it's actually an 80% chance, and it attacks deals more damage according to your max HP. So you build him super tanky, right?
Right.
Attacks the enemy, his S2. Attacks the enemy to provoke and to decrease defense for 1 turn. And of course, that attack also will deal more damage according to your max HP. And then
Excellent.
his third, S3, attacks the enemy to remove all beneficial effects and sets the enemy's skills on max cooldown. Afterwards, attacks and decreases their attack bar to 0.
It sounds a
So
little
he is,
Ganymede
like,
action. Little
he
Ganny like.
is, right. But, like, he is Ganny with, like, an attitude problem, because I think he would do more damage than Ganny would.
I think so.
Like, whereas Ganny is mainly just there to, hold down the fort.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like, the Sea Emperor Triton attacking the enemy, dealing damage, and transferring harmful effect from you to the enemy, that's great.
Yeah, it is.
Attacking and silencing the enemies for 2 turns, and attacking with Massive Tidal Wave, removing all beneficial effects on the enemies and decreasing their attack bar by 25%. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, too, for, the RTA. But I don't know, part of me says Sagar should sneak in right before that. And then maybe right away afterward, I should just do it. I should just give Leo his turn at bat. I should just do it. And then third would be back to Triton again, and then maybe along right before Triton.
How about this? Let's do Sagar, because we are not sure what he does. Triton we have data on. Leo we have data on. We don't have too much on Sagar at all. Let's 6-star him first, then Leo, and then maybe Triton, because Sagar is sounding a little more interesting than Triton. So
he does.
Just because we don't have a whole lot of info on these Street Fighter characters, especially in RTA, let's switch gears and let's do that first.
I'll do it. So,
Yay.
Speaking of not much information, I know we have these 2 new units coming out, Onimusha and Omiyoji.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Lots of thoughts. I wanted to kind of go over the mythology behind them, because these are 2, like, I guess, classic Japanese characters. Onimusha is
archetypes, if you will.
Yes, absolutely. And Onimusha is a kind of like a demon warrior. I think there was a PS2 series of games with the same title, where you're fighting against. But anyway, different game.
There were. I owned them.
Yeah, you totally remember those. Excellent. But
that's why I have the katanas back here.
Just in case anyone gets near any of the.
In case.
But yeah, so Onis are kind of like demon warriors, very scary looking. This one has some kind of weird bladed pole arm, so scary enough. However, but yeah, this 4-star unit I'm actually kind of excited about, and I think they created in direct contention to Miho. It's a complete Miho counter. We only have information on the light Onimusha, but his passive is completely built to deal with Miho. Like, it's almost like, okay, we have to build this new unit to counter Mihos, because probably what happened in SWC.
And you know what's funny is I literally just finished 6-starring my Miho a couple days ago.
I still love Miho. Miho's, awesome.
But I also love Miho.
But I think
I'm
they
just
built.
Glad that there's going to be something that can make people less. I don't know why people are afraid of Miho. Like, I often won't ban Miho because I feel like they want me to ban Miho. So when I'm doing RTA, I try to guess, what did you really not want me to ban?
Exactly.
And then I ban that instead.
So, I think this is like a direct, counter to like all those Miho teams, But regardless, very interesting kit. I hope this passive is like, I guess, across the board with all the different other attributes, because if so, I mean, this is going to be great. But I don't know if it's special just due to the fact that it's one of the light unit. But we don't know, and of course, ComToUs will drip little droplets of information going down for the next couple of months, which is going to be great. But Yeah, the other one I'm really interested in because she's similar to Bulwark. We got the. Let's see. I'm gonna, of course, chop up this name because that's exactly what I do.
Omiyoji.
Omiyoji, yeah, the Omiyoji has a almost like a nuke, a built-in nuke. Will knock off about 50% of your health with her S2, which is kind of ridiculous. She's kind of crazy. She also strips with her S1, and and I forget exactly what she does with the S3, but yeah, she. I saw that S2, and I really just popped up images of Bulwark. Being able to knock off half of your health in one attack is pretty OP. I'm not too familiar, mythology wise, of what a Omiyoji is. I hear it's something to do with yin and yang, some type of priest or a high priest or stuff of karma or yin and
Now,
yang and such like that. But that's all I know.
real quick,
Hmm.
just to jump in. Also, the when we're talking about the 4-star
Yeah.
and the being a counter to Miho, there is somewhere else that can be very useful.
Hmm.
Because basically he counters, um, and he can't be crit attacked, right?
Right.
Or he can't crit attack.
He can't both. He can't crit attack, which is the reason
Right.
why he's a Mito counter, and he cannot be critted.
Cannot be critted.
Yeah.
Which helps on a lot of Toa and Toa
Yes,
heroic
that's true.
cores because you know you need those characters that are going to allow you to just have straight up like no crit rate so that you don't get destroyed by like an archangel or something along those
Artamio
lines.
counter
So
might be a counter to your boy.
it could be, but as long as you have Camille, as Evan would say, got a problem? Cameos. Cameos? I don't remember exactly how to say it, but
I get it. It was funny enough. But yeah, man, I don't know. Artamio counter. So I don't know. These two look pretty interesting. I don't know. The last set of new units that we got were kind of like the Stream Master and the Art Master. They were cool. The Fire Art Master, the Light Master, pretty OP, but still I think a little lackluster. These two look pretty interesting. These
I
look
mean, except for the Wind Art Master, I mean, he is coveted as one of the most influential units in the game, so
okay.
he gets a pass.
We'll pass over on him. No
But
problem.
the String Masters, you're right. They did not find a home in many people's teams.
Not at all. And then they were kind of really overshadowed by the whole Street Fighter collab. So, you know, we kind of forgot about the String Masters a little bit, but they were a little bit forgettable. So, okay.
You forget about the String Masters a little bit.
So what's next?
So, well, before we move on, do you have a time frame for our listeners who might not read the patch notes about when we might expect to see these?
No, we
Or
don't.
even just a guess?
Not. I'm gonna guess within. Usually, when they tease a unit like this, it takes roughly about 2 months for actual summons and such like that. But I'm gonna just give that time frame just due to the fact that's been the usual. Roughly about 2 months. There is talk about having higher drop rates or higher summoning rates for these two units. Of course, we can't confirm anything, but yeah, it's going to be roughly 2 months before we see anything specific. Usually, whatever they, drop in February, around like April or so. Springtime, a lot of festivities going on, and then usually new units. Yeah,
Now,
man.
let's see. So that would be roughly 2 months from now, right?
Aprilish, yeah.
So even if we reduce down to just 3 scrolls a day,
Okay.
3 summons daily, that'd be what? Like 2 months would be 8 weeks. 8 times 7, 56 times 3, 168. See, I mean, we could very easily just do the minimum summons and still get there with our project and still be saving scrolls. So I'm not worried because I'll probably start saving up as soon as I hit this month.
So you do have a birthday coming up
I
in
do.
March. Are you going to save up scrolls for your birthday?
I don't know. Again, I'm committed to the experiment,
Okay,
so part of
excellent.
me just thinks I'll just wait and do that.
Okay.
Let's see, can we get any floors here? But let's move on.
Okay.
So we'll come back to summoning and all that in a little bit, but since we have a few minutes, um, so yeah, Genshin. I want to say like the my kind of thought process on it, and
Okay.
I was telling this to Aztec, was that it's really good to kind of farm every day. Like I found out recently that the enemies in the book
Right.
will respawn after, oh, I think it's every 12 hours. So if you're looking for like certain sigils or
Yes.
arrowheads or something like that, it's good to try to farm them all out if you have the time.
I actually did that.
Um,
It was kind of fun because I'm
yeah.
still getting, a hang of the daily schedule. Because like Summoner's War, it's simple. Monday is
Mm,
fire, Tuesday is dark, whatever, and then Friday is all of them, which is awesome. But now there's really
and
no
Saturday.
elemental thing that I can stick in my head and know. Okay, Tuesday, this is the element that I need. So that's what I was
Well,
luck.
some weapon parts
Yeah,
or talent level up materials, those have day specific
right.
renderings in Genshin. So,
Okay, that's and it just funny enough, I was playing on a Tuesday, and it was exactly the material that I needed to
oh,
level
nice.
up some bows and even ascend like two of the characters I had. So it was just complete random luck. It happened to be a Tuesday I was
Nice.
playing, and I used pretty much all my resin in that dungeon to get the wolf's tooth things.
The
Wolf tooth.
Boreal Tooth, yes.
Yeah, you need wolf's teeth in this game to do stuff. So it was really happy that I was able to progress a lot by crafting and finding the materials that I needed. So that was pure luck.
That is awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too, and like there are rare resources like the Zhongyong chilies or oh, the core lapis and things like that, that when you harvest them disappear for 48 hours. So
Wow, that's
I
a
mean,
while.
definitely that too. There is an interactive map that definitely, I think if any of you are going to check out Genshin, you should definitely go and try and find this map, because it makes it really nice to just be able to be like, oh, okay, I need this resource, and it'll show you on the map where they all are. You can teleport around, which that's the other thing. If you have not done so, I suggest try to unlock every dungeon and every teleport point, because and all of the statues of the seven, because it helps you to actually get around to all
One
the
hundred
things you
percent.
might need to get to. So um just couple tips and all that. I pray every day that Klee comes back in a banner. I unabashedly would gladly, like, had
Oh,
I known there was a guaranteed 90 summon, I probably would have just spent whatever I needed to guarantee getting Klee.
nah,
Um,
I'm all about Ayaka. Klee was cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bomb team,
I'm
you know,
sorry. I
throwing
see
bombs
so many
on your
teams
moms.
that are out there. It's like, oh, I want to see a strategy video for how it max AR, can you beat the ocean? Because honestly, I will tell you, the Oceanid boss in that game is the worst one of them all,
Cool.
because it's if you're very unlucky, you get the worst pairing of things fighting against you. And like the videos I watch are like, oh yeah, it's super easy, and then you just see
Barely an
Klee doing
inconvenience.
like you see Klee doing like 10, 20,000 damage to everything in her path. Like
Hey,
whereas my best damage is stuck around 4,000, and that's with a maxed ascended weapon and a max ascended like character. Like the best I can do with D-Luck is 4,000 damage, and she's just over here casually doing 10 to 20,000 like it's nobody's business. I very much want her in my life. That is the character I want the most.
I am definitely good to wait for Ayaka. She's gonna be the new cryo swords woman, and I mean,
I
I
mean, I
saw her
will
videos
say
from the
there's
beta,
a
and she's just
severe
awesome.
lack of cryo, so I mean,
Exactly.
I definitely would not mind that either.
Yeah, I am so hyped up for her. Hopefully, it's gonna be within, by again another 2 months or so. Hopefully by April or so, we'll have that banner out. But yeah, that's the only character that I'm really holding out for. I have a pretty good, team. Just pulled Gene, so I'm happy about, that. So I don't know. I'm good for a while. I'm good until Ayaka drops.
Who's your
Ayaka.
primary four you run with?
Uh, don't laugh.
I won't.
While
Good luck.
trying to get Kicking, I for some odd reason I pulled Jean and I forget her name. The other cat girl, Diane Dio.
Diana.
There it is.
Yeah, she's a great healer. I'm building
She's
her up myself.
awesome. So right
Hmm.
now it's I forgot what her name. What's her name again?
Diona.
Diona. Thank you. So it's Diona, um, official. So I have two archers just because I don't like a whole lot of running up in. But anyway, Diona, official, Jean, and Barbara. So Jean and
Okay.
Barbara healing up. I mean, not well. Barbara healing up all of my archers and such like that. My other team is Razor, Jean, Official, and Barbara. I love Barbara.
Nice.
Barbara's awesome. She's
Yeah,
she's the
I'm
best.
mainly like the problem at my level is now I can't actually just let Diona join my team because she would be destroyed by
Mm,
the things that are about 9 levels above me that are running around my world now
got you.
because of my AR level. And
Yes.
so I mainly run Diluc, Fischl, of course, and Barbara, and then I have a utility slot where it will be either Bennett, who he does like an AoE healing field on the ground and changes everybody's attack to fire,
Excellent.
which is pretty cool, or I will use Sucrose a lot because you can actually determine her attribute on her like charge skill
Right.
for the like what element she'll start like just raining down on the field, which
Yes.
I think is a pretty awesome mechanic. So I like that's the main, and then the chef girl with the pull on the
Jongling,
far right. I
yeah.
forget Rungling. She gets swapped in there as well sometimes, and then situationally Zhongli, the Geo guy who's big on defense because
Right.
that he can even though he's very low level, I think he's only level 40 right now. He can make shields
Yeah.
that keep my whole team alive. So occasionally I have just brought him in to solely cast his ability, make a shield, and leave the field. So but yeah, so I mean that's kind of my problem is I have to actually build them up to an appropriate level before I can even think about using them on my team,
I hear you.
or I would get destroyed. So it's kind of sad because I really do want to start using Diona, but I'm pretty much stuck where I am.
I hear you.
But How's your progress in No Man's Sky going?
No, finally found the system where I'm supposed to be in. For some odd
How many
reason,
jumps were you away from it?
a lot. Let's just put it that way, a lot.
See, now, did you make a base where you were far out in the universe so that you could get back there someday quickly?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
What I am, how do I put this in a good way, in a positive light? You need a tutorial in No Man's Sky. There's so much to do, and like little things, like how to roll. Your pitch and your roll, aren't explained to you. Teleporting back to your base, if you're coming from multiplayer, and going back to single player doesn't work. Like there's so many things they need to tell you in. I don't know. There's need to be some kind of tutorial. Like when I first started playing, I didn't really know a whole lot, and I died immediately because there was, and consequently, the next, I would say, run through, I was totally fine. But they don't tell you anything in this game. I
And I mean, and
fig-
you've said this before,
yeah,
but I like that because it's immersive of what the story is. That you wake up on some random planet and you have no idea who you are, where you are, how you ended up there, or anything even remotely like that. I mean, that to me is so cool. Like, how many games give you zero context on who you are, and you literally have to like go out into the universe and start learning about who you are and what your place in the universe is. Like, that is so cool to me. Like, I love that it gives you nothing. It's like zip. It's like, okay, the ship seems to like me. I guess it's mine.
but then you don't know how to fly it or fly it properly, or you know what I mean. I get you. You have a good point, but knowing
I mean,
basic
yes,
controls
I do
and
think a like
come
the
on,
computer being like, oh, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. And
just a little, just
yes,
like
I mean
not,
that could be fine if it's like, you're flying terribly. Let me teach you how.
or even the
Yes.
whole thing with the freighters. Like after a couple of jumps, I save a freighter from like, and I don't know what I'm answering to is gonna give me a captain of this huge ship. Oh, okay, now the ship's yours. Really, I have no clue what to do with my own ship. Now I have a freighter which I don't know what to do
Well,
with.
let me just tell you, I
No
would
idea.
make a couple command rooms, okay?
Okay,
And then what you can do is the guy standing near the central map will let you send any freighters you have out on mission, but you
I,
need one command room per mission
I totally get that
or per
now
freighter.
because
Right.
after
But
running
it's
around and
basically
doing and experiencing and being immersed, and I had to learn all that the hard way.
right. But, it's mainly a way to passively make money while you're off doing other things.
Totally get it,
And also to have a mobile base that you can have all your favorite things.
which is awesome. But I honestly, I'm way too early game. I probably could have used the couple of million from selling it. But regardless, I'm having fun. I'm figuring stuff out. And like you said, it's a challenge. And that's the whole reason why we play these games.
Hmm.
It's to challenge our brain pieces so that they get stronger, right? But a
Right?
little tutorial would
Yeah.
have been nice.
Right? So I hear you started over on Elite on the PC.
I did. And I'm not regretting it. And
Oh, I
even
mean,
more
I
good
would
news.
regret it because I
It's
could play it in VR.
good point. I mean, I'm not a huge VR, but I am
Oh,
a big fan of Voice Attack. Now, Voice Attack is a plugin that you can use on your computer and use your voice to do a number of things. And it works great with Elite Dangerous. You can really spend hours typing in voice commands and even responses. So when your computer acknowledges you can program it to say something
so
cool when it
so
acknowledges.
could you say because there's a VR game that was pretty much the reason I got into VR, because
Okay.
VR used to make me sick.
Yeah.
And I basically took Dramamine and
Oh
forced
no.
my body to get over it.
You're a
Um,
trooper.
I did, but it only took a couple months. But eventually, I forced my body to not get motion sickness with VR anymore.
Great.
So now it's only a couple of games that really mess with my head. But other than that, like, I can play VR safely, which is very fun. But Star Trek Bridge Crew, made by Ubisoft, they used what was it? Oh, Watson
Okay.
AI, and the Watson AI basically allowed you to do voice commands like,
All right.
oh, whatever you want. But what I hated about it was there's so, like, in the show, if anybody's ever watched Star Trek, you can always designate a course heading. And on the controls themselves, there is a course heading, like you can see the cardinal directions on the course, right?
Okay.
But the voice commands do not recognize you saying, like, set course 170, 1/4 impulse power. Like, nothing like that. You can't tell it Z plus, 100 meters to go up or down in space. Like,
Right.
and if you were playing the game by yourself, like, you need to be able to do those precise movements. So if I'm ever just playing by myself, I can't trust the AI with just the stock things I can tell it to do, which is follow that target, attack
Okay.
that target. Like, that's all you can do. Like, so you actually have to basically give up being the captain and go sit at helm to even have a chance at finishing missions on your own. So my
Okay.
question to you is, can
There you go.
you
Can you?
you knew it was coming, can you tell it, like, course directions? Like, would you be able to even to do, like, 9 points or 12 points of cardinal directions and say, change course or something like that? Because you're saying you type in what you want it to understand, and then it's supposed to do whatever you say, right?
No. Not. Attack is. There has to be commands in the game. Example: fire chaff, or hard points out, or switch to combat mode. Now, course plotting, no. Like, can you say plot a course to Seoul in this sector? I don't think you would have to program a lot of different commands for a voice command of that nature, and a lot of different macros for that to happen. Is it possible? I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are commands that are already in the game, something that you would have a key binding for, then yes, you can assign a voice command to that, and it'll acknowledge that voice command. So it'll say chaff released after you say, release chaff, chaff released, or something like that. So you can program acknowledgement commands also.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Think of a stream deck. Think of, commands that are already there, and then having your being able so you can take the helm, you can fly a combat mission, and then instead of pressing a button to release your chaff, you can say release chaff. You can switch your modes. So anything that has a command in the game, you can assign a voice command to it.
Okay. That does sound pretty awesome.
It's very cool. So I can't wait to get that situated. Also, Game Glass. That's going to be another thing, and that's just a tablet app where you can. Pardon me. Now with Game Glass, that might be a solution for what you're talking about, because you can assign custom buttons and then apply macros to that. So that might be a thing with Game Glass.
Nice. Well, we will definitely keep our eyes open for more developments about that.
Sidewinder, baby. Woo.
Sidewinder starter ship. So let's get back into Summoner's War real
Yes.
quick. And so how is your Homunculus Progress going? And also, I have some thoughts on the homunculi.
Oh, good. They're cool. They haven't really progressed too much since I got them. Quetzalcoatl is still five. I mean, still fire. I haven't changed his attribute
No
at
runes.
all. No, no runes at all. Nothing that I have used them for. But you had some thoughts. How? Let's pick the brain of
So
Lightstar.
I finally 6-starred my support homunculus,
Okay.
and single-handedly, these two, the water homunculus ice build for turn control and dots, and the dark support homunculus for the unbalanced field,
Okay.
have like so this month I was performing an experiment, and this team that you're seeing I'm using right now, there's no healers. It's Tyron, dark support homunculus, and my water homunculus, and the fire twins,
Right.
and that's it. And I have been able to do all but maybe 2 or 3 floors so far, and I'm all the way up to 86. So
It's excellent.
this is the best auto team I have come up with yet for doing Toa Heroic and Toa Normal.
Hmm.
So, I mean, just they are powerhouses that have just revolutionized my runs. So, I could not be happier with them. So, I definitely say build them however you want, but build them. They're too good to not build.
Why fire twins as opposed to, water or light twins?
I don't have the light twins. I only have the one that we were given Deva,
Gotcha.
for one thing, and also that they're crowd control monsters. So I'm all about locking down the enemies so that they're not getting turns. Because
Right.
again, this is a YOLO team. It's definitely dangerous. Like to be sure.
Yeah,
Like right now,
absolutely.
I'm
No heal,
about to
like you
lose
said, no
Tyron.
healers.
There he goes. Bye bye, Tyron. Um, but you see, and the reason why he died is because the twins missed their crowd control. Like they didn't stun. See, now
Gotcha.
they've pretty much stunned everybody. So that's the thing. Like if they do what they're supposed to do and they, lock down the other team, it works perfectly and it's safe, even though there's nobody healing. But I don't know. It's been a great team. I don't expect it to get many more floors before I have to actually put some effort into this.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe it'll be floor 86 here that puts an end to my reign of terror with this team. But yeah, I mean we're kind of getting close to the end. So as soon as I'm done with this, I mean if you want to give an update on your rift raids or homunculus, like are you going to build them up? Are you what attribute are you thinking?
I
And then
was
I should be done with this, and then we can summon.
um wasn't really homunculuses weren't really on my radar. Just due to the fact that I was getting some RTA guys going. Definitely Daphnis. I'm actually about to 6-star
Mm.
at this very point right now because that was the consensus. I made a couple
Oh
of
God,
five
yes,
star.
you definitely need deafness in your life.
So I made a couple of 5-star Rainbow Man. That's how they say it.
You
Rainbow.
know, I very much appreciate that we get 5-star Rainbow Mon from Toa and Toa Heroic, but
Yes.
I really do miss the 4-star maxed Rainbow Mon a little bit too,
Why? I like the 5 star.
because
It's one less step.
it was I don't know, because I feel like now I have like hundreds of 3-star Rainbow Man, and like then I get my few 5 stars, but nothing in between. Like honestly, right now it could be also because I said I was going to do this and then I completely forgot. So I'll just quit this floor whenever you're ready to summon. Um,
Okay.
sorry, it was such a reflex. I hit the button and I made them go attack something. I'm so sorry, but as we know, I was cleaning out my monster box, so I have a lot of things that are all sitting in my level up area. So maybe I will build them up and all that someday, and I'll build up more Rainbow Mon. have one entire thing that's just building up 5 Rainbow Mon at a time, so that eventually they'll get max level, and then they could be little baby 5 stars to help as well.
So I definitely try to make at least one 5-star a day, if not more, at least, because that's how you know you're
And are
progressing.
you doing it with just like junk monsters, like
Oh,
charger sharks, or
I'm doing both.
what?
I'm definitely making my charger sharks into 5-star food because that's what they're there for. Not building
You got to build a charger shark just to torment you.
to torment you. But
Why would it torment me? I'm sure they're like the sleeper hit of the century.
nah, it's all about fairy kings and Daphnis. Daphnis getting 6-star. All about that guy. So I have 13 scrolls, 11 mystical, and 2. No, yeah, I'll do 11 mystical and 2 wind because I'm still trying to coax a Ganymede out of one of these wind scrolls. So that'll set me up for today. What are you doing?
I know I have a light and dark for sure, and
Sure.
I have some mysticals, a few attribute. I can't remember. Oh yes, I have the monthly L&D scroll. So I
Excellent.
will take my monthly stab at Artamiel for sure.
For
And
sure.
I'm so close to beating this floor. I'm just going to finish it.
Yeah,
This time
finish
for
it.
sure though. I am not going to hit continue. I'm not going to hit next floor, and I'm not going to just get all clicky too quick.
Let's see. So you
I'm
got some
telling you, this
Colleens.
team has gotten way too far on their good looks alone. Like, I'm just saying, like, this team is def. Oh well, see, nope. I spoke way too soon because they got a turn and it went terribly wrong. Okay.
It all goes down all right.
I mean, there's still a chance, but
Shout out
not
to
much of
Modest
one.
Mouse. Yeah, there is a chance. Oh, well, damn. As soon as I say it, jeez.
Their turn cycling is so
Ring
fast.
around a posy, ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy, ashes, ashes.
Nope. Yep. That's it. That's going to fail now.
It's all good, but you've given me some inspiration for a new TOA team, which is awesome. You know, I always need inspiration to knock out different teams.
Let me make sure I've cleared all the room I can.
Doth thou have space for yon monsters? For yon monsters? I said it. Yawn.
Indeed. And then let me just make
Why
sure.
doth
Am I
now
doing
respond in
exclusive
Old
something?
English?
Who am I waiting for? Let's see. I mean, I would love to try for She-How next week, but I already have Juno and I already have Diana.
Yep,
So
can't do it.
it's
can't
just like
do
I
it.
have Leica and I have Anavel, but I would love the Beast Monk.
Can't do. If it's more than 2, then I can't. And I can't do it. I just can't. If it's more
I
than
mean,
2
I
that I
guess
already
the
have,
Molong week would be the next week when I don't have, but I don't have any of them in 3 weeks, so I'm probably going to save the exclusive summons.
just
for
save them. Save, save, save.
And yes, so 1 light and dark. I'll do 1, 2. So 5 of those, and I'll do 11 of my mysticals to keep my 16 going, so that I can be done with this project as quick as humanly possible, and start saving for my birthday summons. Because I figure
Good. So you are doing it.
if I keep with
Excellent.
the 16 whenever we see each other, and 3 otherwise, that'll be, 21, so 30, 37 a week.
Right.
And if we're about halfway now, maybe just like 2 more weeks, so that'd put me at the first week in March. So I'd save up for like 3 weeks.
Which
And I would
is
just do like 1 to 3 star scroll summons to just get my daily summoning out of the way and
right.
not do any big boy scrolls. That's the goal.
Excellent.
All right.
You heard it here
Ready
first.
when you are.
Okay, I'll count it down. 3,
Alright,
2, 1, and summon.
no lightning yet. So sad. Mystic Witch, nope. Bearman, had a living armor, high elemental, beast hunter, battle mammoth, golem, bearman again. Okay, got some lightning. See
Excellent.
what we get. Hot damn! Well, I broke the cipher.
Rika.
Second Rika! Oh my god. You know what? Even though she's a dupe, she is not going anywhere. I have so many reasons to believe a second Rika would be wonderful. So
From having 2 Rikas, it is. Your especially your TOA normal teams, awesome. Like, of course, I get your boy, good old Galleon.
Galleon!
Probably the
All
4.
right. Let me know when you're near the end. I'll save my L&D till you're ready.
Okay. So let's do this other wind scroll. No lightning there.
I can't believe that. Dude, that's awesome. So, I mean, I'm still committed to the experiment, so don't get me wrong. I'm going to mark this down that, that this was the week we got a 5-star and that was
Yes.
the total, but
Excellent.
hot damn. If I get another 5-star before the 125 or whatever, then
Then broke the Matrix.
pretty much.
Do it. Light and dark. Shoot it out.
Alright, no lightning, but maybe I got, Choppa. Oh, look, it's another basalt.
What is with you in the basalts?
If I'm not getting basalt, I'm getting Mantura. We go
Which
put
is
him
true.
in his appropriate place. Okay, second Rika. Let's go ahead and lock you. We'll just keep you there for now. Battle Mammoth. Go ahead and lock you. And then I'm going to show everybody this because, hilarious though it is.
This I have to see.
So 5. I have 5 basalts so far.
So you can actually
I
6-star.
Well, no, I need one more, but yeah, pretty much.
That's wow.
Actually, I might even have some more over here. So let me.
Yeah. Keep looking.
You go look over here if I have some. I clearly do not. I have some mammoths, but I do not have. Well, maybe I should do it by attribute. There we go. This will be easier to see if I have any more hiding there. I have a Mantura hiding in my my overflow.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't have any more basalts there, so. But I also have a ton of Manturas, so. There you go. I have 5 of those too. And actually, I know I have at one point actually used some of them as food, so.
So
I probably
this
have
guy
had
was
more.
right, as usual. You probably did have enough to 6-star basalt by itself. But anyway, who are we shouting out this week?
The whole world. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole dang world. No, yeah, the usual. Of course, everybody in my guild. I'm just guild. Of course, the one and only Aztec Olmec, couldn't do it without him. Of course, all the people who have been great to us, all the people who listen, all the people who are in our Discord, Hyungan and DSC Justin, and all the cats over there, Bagel Fire, still delights me to see him in my guild. It's a lot of fun. So let my phone go to sleep. Hope you all enjoyed that picture of my wife. And
So I definitely have to shout out one of our Discord
Definitely
members.
Evan
And
and
Seppi, yeah, of course.
because I watched their stream earlier today.
Yes.
They're streaming at a new time,
Right.
and it was just a lot of fun. They were doing account evaluations and all,
Yes.
so it was a lot of fun to watch.
Definitely want to shout out Young Gun from our Discord. He did another one of the biggest flexes in our Discord community.
Yeah.
5 Lightning Emperors to 6-star.
Yeah, he did 5 Lightning Emperor fusions so that he could 6-star Bulwark and skill him up at the same time. And I mean, and
shout out to you,
Youngin.
Youngin.
Point. He's got way more patience than I ever will have.
Yes, he does.
I definitely Devilmonned my Bulwark, and I definitely gave him Rainbow Mons for food. There was no way I was going to.
That's why it's called the Flex. Shout out to you, Youngin. You know, big shout out to DSC Justin. You know, he's been with us for some time, and you know, just want to shout out our friends in our Discord. If you want to join our Discord, please do. It's a great time. Who did you have that nice conversation with on Twitter? On our Twitter, do you remember the guy's name?
Oh yes, Thomas Haig.
Awesome.
Thomas Haig.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean our social media. So you know, at Ranchers Guide at Twitter, mrgtsw at gmail.com, mrgtsw on Instagram, mrgtsw on Facebook, mrgtsw on Reddit, and Monsters Ranchers Guide to the Universe on Discord. So come on, we talk about all kinds of stuff: Summoner's War, music, Star Wars. All types of fun. WandaVision.
And don't get me wrong, last week's episode even better than the last. But you know what? I'm kind of liking the every other week spoiler. So we'll talk about it next week.
We must talk about that next week. They've introduced so many things that are going to make the MCU just.
I honestly, I mean, if they follow the same timeline and it takes 10 years, like I still don't know how they can round out all these threads they've created in the show. Like, it's too many threads.
Well,
too many threads.
Honestly, the writing's been pretty good so far, so I'm thinking the collaboration of all these different writers can put together all these different story arcs and such. So, but regardless, but yeah, that's about our time. Definitely was so happy to spend it with you folks. And yeah, check us out on some of our other socials and like this video when you see it on YouTube.
All right.
Live long and prosper, folks.
Peace and long life.